Gobby Gaffer, and in today's episode, well, we have something to discuss. You'll remember right at the beginning of this season, I made a little bit of a video about the fact that I wanted SC Cambuur to go toe-to-toe with Ajax and to become or try to become the best team in Holland. What I didn't know at that time was that sat in the corner behind me, there was a representative from a Football Manager and somebody from their AI department. Because up to now, we've played 13 games in the season and Ajax have won every one of them. Yep, 39 points. We have played 13 games. We're 10 points behind them, even at this stage. So we're over a third of the season gone now with 10 points behind them. Feyenoord, who are just behind us, are 14 points behind them. So I think what I'm trying to say is that obviously somebody was listening to that and said, no. You know, you might be able to put together a decent side that will finish second every season, but you're never going to overhaul Ajax. And when I tell you that, now, if you play Football Manager, you will know that one of the big stars at the beginning of this season was Hendrik. Guess who's got Hendrik? Yes, Ajax. And he's worth 134 million. That's more than my whole squad's worth. So, I mean, you know, I can hear the comments coming through. I can hear people saying, yeah, but it's like that in every league, surely. You know, Bayern Munich do the same. PSG do the same. Manchester City do the same. Yeah, okay, I get that. But what I'm saying is, I think, is that I don't know whether I've reached my limit now with SC Cambuur. Because going forward, I can see what's going to happen. Every season, we'll get probably 9 million, 10 million as a transfer budget. Bearing in mind, Hendrik is worth 134 million. And Ajax, if they sold him tomorrow, they could go out and buy a brand new team with that. They probably wouldn't. They'd spend that on a couple of players for 70, 80 million pound a piece. See where I'm going with this? So I'm kind of looking at the situation now thinking, right, have I taken SC Cambuur as far as I can take them? Yes, we've just increased our ground size. Not that much really to bring us in that much extra money. If I stay in the Champions League, yes, I will get more money coming in. Maybe my transfer budget will go up. But I'm not quite sure about that. And I just feel as well as a manager, I need to progress to the next level. I mean, just as an example, Borussia Mönchengladbach are in the relegation area of the Bundesliga. They've been there all season. And I was kind of thinking, you know what, I wouldn't mind managing in the Bundesliga. So I had a quick look. Their ground holds about 60,000. And I'm thinking, okay, so the finances there. You know, if we can get that team playing and fill that ground every week, the finances there have got to go through the roof, haven't they? And that's obviously the next step up. The Bundesliga obviously is a higher star rate in the Eredivise. So I think, I know what I'm saying is I have started looking for jobs. I've applied for a job in Spain. Again, their ground holds about 57,000, I think. So, you know, obviously that's not an indicator of the fact that you're gonna get more money to spend. But it's not a bad pointer, is it really? You know, when their ground holds kind of 4 times more than ours, and if you can fill it, the income coming in, you know, the sponsorship, the corporate hospitality, the shirts, all of that all adds up. So anyway, discussion over. I just thought I would share that with you and the reason why I am looking for jobs. Okay, so now I've got that off my chest, back to the football. So in today's episode, we've got 2 games. The first game is a league game. Guess who? Yes, it's Ajax. Even if we win that game, we'll still be 7 points behind them. I don't think we will win it, but we'll give it a good try. The second game is going to be in the Champions League, and it's going to be that unnamed team. But let me tell you, I have been learning a little bit of Serbian. The team is Zvezda. They come from Belgrade. We've all heard of Partizan Belgrade, haven't we? So there's 2 teams in Belgrade. So I have to hold my hands up here, a little bit ignorant, a little bit disingenuous to them. their ground hole's 57,000. So it's going to be a very, very big game. I thought that game we would just roll them over and, we'd get the 3 points. But it's not going to be that easy. When they come from Belgrade, they came second in their league last season. Partizan Belgrade won the league as Zvezda came second. So I don't think that's going to be a very easy game now. And again, hold my hands up time. Sorry. Let's have a little look at how we've been doing. So in the last episode, we had that 3-2 reverse against Vitesse that I was quite grumpy about. Did throw a friendly in there after that. Then we played Excelsior at home, beat them 4-1. Slavia Prague away, 0-0. Came away with a point there. Then we played Nijmegen at home. A 2-2 draw, which I wasn't very happy about. A little bit grumpy again with that one. Then we played Zwolle, beat them 2-1. That was actually quite a tight game, which really shouldn't have been. Then we played Villarreal in the Champions League, away from home, got beat 2-1. Probably only to be expected. And then we played Emmen at home, beat them 3-0. Played a couple of friendlies just to keep the fitness up and then just trying to get a few new tactical ideas in there. But it didn't really work. We went away to PSV and lost 3-1, which was quite a bad result for us because PSV are always one of those teams that are in and around the European places. So that was a very bad result for us. Then I feared the worst because the next game was at home against Chelsea in the Champions League. Played a very cautious lineup, cautious tactic, and we actually got a 0-0 out of that one, which I was really surprised about. And then the last game we played Feyenoord at home. Again, another one of those teams who are always in around the European spots, and we had a nice win against them, 3-0. Anyway, let's jump on the coach. We're heading to the Johan Cruyff Stadium for the game against Ajax. We'll see you there. Okay, the team for today, and it's a very un-Gobby Gaffer-like lineup and tactic, really. I'm going to play very cautious today. Ajax have been battering every team that they play. We're playing at the Johan Cruyff Stadium. They've got all the fans behind them. So, anyway, so it's Recoba in goal. Back four of Chrisen, Hato, Butman and Tavares. Playing with two DMs today of Hernandez and Van der Kust. Central midfield, we've got Fatia, we've got Lakar playing as a box-to-box today. So again, just to try and give us a little bit more cover at the back. Delgado is the only winger on the pitch today. And Van Dijven is playing a deep line forward. So I'm trying to keep it all very, very tight and compact today. If we can get a point out of this game, then I'll be absolutely over the moon. And we're underway. 5 minutes on the clock. Ajax with the first highlight. We did, for a split second there, we did nick the ball, but we've given it back to them again. And they're pressing the life out of us at the moment. We need to keep in shape, try and keep switched on. We have won the ball back. Krishna's won the ball back, but they're still pressing. If we can get the ball forward now and get some runners, we have a good chance, but obviously we're on a cautious mentality. So we're just keeping possession at the moment and trying to pull Ajax out of their shape. Just see if we can get a ball over the top like that. Van Dijven, and the defender gets a block in. So Van Dijven is robbed of a goal there. I mean, it looked like an easy tap-in, but not to be. So corner ball, and that goes out to, I think that was Hendrik who picked that ball up. So not surprisingly, we've not started the game particularly well. We've only had one shot up to now, but on the cautious mentality that I'm on, and with the lineup that I've picked, like I say, a point here would be, if we get a point here today, it'll be the first points that Ajax have dropped all season. But anyway, let's not count our chickens, and there is a goal, although the referee is rummaging around for his whistle. Is it going to VAR? It is going to VAR. And VAR is saying that the goal is awarded and everything's hunky-dory with that goal. I'm sure if the ball had gone in the back of the net at the other end, it probably wouldn't have been disallowed. But there you go. You take the rub of the green, don't you? Okay. I'm gonna give them a flea in the rear. I'm gonna say, get your act together, sort yourselves out. There's nothing in the game today where we couldn't actually play very, very solidly defensively, but then get the ball forward for Van Dijven and Delgado to work with. But we've not been doing that. So but Van Dijven's got the ball just outside the penalty area, and that ball clips the defender's heels, goes over the top, and we have a corner. Okay, a couple of little changes. I've gone up to a balanced mentality now. Brought Conticao on the wing, and we've also brought Ramsey on. Fatia, he's looking a little bit injury prone. He's picked up another niggling injury, so not ideal for us really. But it's Ajax with the ball again, with the corner. Can we press them to get this ball back? And they're 2-0 in the lead. So this is going to be 14 games played, and they're going to be on 42 points, is that? Yeah. So a pretty inevitable scoreline, if I'm honest. Like we were saying at the beginning of the episode, I don't think there's any overhaul in Ajax this season. I think the game is trying to tell me something, and that is that if you think you can overhaul Ajax, think again. They can outmuscle you, outspend you, and we have very little. I mean, I have to say, we've done incredibly well. 3-0. I mean, since I made the change to go a little bit more attacking, they've scored 2 goals. And we're going to get a little, we're going to get a little consolation goal here. It's taking the mickey a little bit, that, isn't it? Taking the mickey a little bit. Oh, we'll give you a little bit of a crumb. Yeah, I don't think we need to see that again. I mean, fine, if you're going to give us another 2 goals now, then okay, I'll hold my hands up and take all that back. But, you know, should give you a little bit of crumb, but we're still going to batter you 3-1. And the final whistle is coming. Ajax, 14 games played, won every one, 42 points, nobody can touch them. I'm going to say, yeah. Do we say that we did yourselves proud and that's all I asked for? No, I think we're going to give them a flea in their ear. Because I've tried that before, being a bit sympathetic, and none of them liked it. So, I mean, look at the state of this league. Okay, we're onward and upward. We move on to the Champions League against this little-known team, Zvezda. Yeah, the second best team in Serbia. Well, hold the phone. Now, I did tell you I'd applied for a job. It was with Real Hispales in the Spanish First Division. And I clicked the button to say that I wanted it to become like widely known that I was looking for a job. And on the back of that, I've just had an offer of a job interview. Not with Real Hispales, but with Sassuolo in the Italian First Division. The Sassuolo board have invited you to attend an interview with them as they wish to discuss with you if possible to become their new manager. The board are extremely impressed with your outstanding performance at SC Cambuur, which is why we have identified you as one of the top candidates. One of the reasons the board have decided to offer you an interview is because they feel you will be an acceptable fit for the club's vision for the future. This is mainly as a result of your deep commitment towards signing young players no older than 20 with an eye on the future. The interview will give the board the opportunity to discuss their ambition and plans with you in more detail so we can reinforce our belief in your suitability for the role. Okay, if we just have a little look where Sassuolo are in the Italian Serie A, they're actually in 18th position with 10 points, so they're not having the greatest of seasons. And obviously it's going to be a relegation battle there. Do we want to jump into a relegation battle? But if we have a look at the job advert, their wage bill is $1 million. It's kind of nearly 3 times what ours is. They're a 3.5-star reputation club, which is exactly what we are, but with that kind of wage bill. But I have to say, I don't think there's any harm in attending the interview. I think it'll put my name out there a little bit more. Oh, Gobby Gaffer, he's looking for a job. You never know, do you really? So let's attend the interview. Who are we speaking to? Balaji Rao. Welcome, Gobby. We're very excited to speak to you, and so you should be. Right, okay then. I'm glad you give me the chance. Fire away. Are you worried about not being able to speak the language? Well, you know, I mean, I'm actually learning Serbian at the moment, so it can't be any harder than Serbian, can it? I mean, I'm nearly fluent in Serbian. Zvezda. Look, see? It rolls off the tongue. I think I'm just going to say I like to think I can get on well with other language and could learn pretty quickly. So we'll just say that. Can you ease our concerns that you have never previously managed in this country? Well, I'm working my way through them. I've been in England, I've been in Holland, Italy. Next one, who knows? I'm going to say that the fact that I've experienced in various other countries should hopefully make up for the fact that I'm yet to work here. Why have you only worked for a small selection of teams so far in your career? Well, I refer you to the previous question. You can't have your cake and eat it, can you? I've always shown loyalty, I think, and I consider that to be a good thing. Why do you want to leave your current job after doing such good work there? I think I'm going to say I've been seeking a new challenge for a while now, and this opportunity is very appealing. Are you willing to assure us that you could do a better job of meeting expectations than your potential predecessor did? I've got a good record when it comes to meeting expectations, Balaji, or do I call you Mr. Rao? The club is looking to hire a manager comfortable working with limited resources. Are you that manager? I think I'll do the right thing with the club's money. What makes you the ideal candidate to save a club that's been unexpectedly in the relegation zone all season? Motivating people is one of my strengths, and I'm confident of bringing that here. Would you be comfortable working with Giovanni Rossi, our director of football? Let's have a look at Giovanni. So what is he? He's 15s with a 17 for negotiating. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. Could be a little bit better, but it doesn't look too bad. So yeah, I'm more than happy to work with him. We understand the importance of having the right backroom team in place when a manager moves to a new club, so I'm willing to allow you to... I don't want to bring any of my backroom staff. I'm sure I can do better, really, with a little bit more finance behind me. So I don't wish to propose any changes. Our long-term vision outlines the next few years for the club. You would be tasked with bringing this to life. Did you have any thoughts or ideas regarding it? Okay, so what we're saying then? So we're saying sign players under the age of 20 for the future, develop players using the club's youth system, play attacking football, work within the wage budget, maximum 1 year contract for players over age 30. Well, that won't apply because I won't be signing anybody over the age of 34. So end of the current season is avoid relegation from the Serie A. So I think that's probably doable. Doesn't put too much pressure on me as a manager. End of the season afterwards, develop the best youth system in the country and continue avoiding relegation from Serie A. Continue avoiding relegation. Oh, there's no ambition there, is there? I'm just going to agree with that. You don't disagree with the chairman in an interview. If hired, we would expect you to secure survival and avoid relegation. Is that fair, or do you think you could do even better? I think we'll just say that I agree with that. What do you think of a proposed transfer budget of 10 million? Okay, well, and bearing in mind we're 14 games into the season now. So you're giving me a 10.5 million transfer budget and $1 million in wages as well, or are you juggling the figures there to make it look nice? Okay, I'm just going to agree with that one as well. Oh, okay then. So a proposed wage budget of 989,000, so just under the million then. Okay, I'd be happy to work with the proposed wage budget. Do you have anything to request? No, I'm good, thanks. And we leave the meeting. Okay, well, I haven't been offered the job, so there's no decisions to be made yet. But you have to consider the fact that they are offering, at this moment in time now, with the season underway, they're offering a £10 million transfer budget with the January transfer window coming up and at nearly £1 million in wages. So I'm going to be able to attract much bigger, better players there than I am here at SC Cambuur. I mean, I've done really well, I think, and, you know, I won a lot of trophies with Fylde. I've come to SC Cambuur. I've got them to being the second best team in Holland. Obviously, it's looking like nobody's going to overhaul Ajax, but, you know. Well, we can only see what happens. There's no decisions to be made yet, is there really? So I've hit continue a few times. Roberto De Zebri is favourite for the Sassuolo job at 2-1. So I think there's maybe an outside chance that I would get the job, but I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to the Champions League, shall we? Because we've got a home game against Zvezda. It's rolling off the tongue now. I'll see you in the dugout. Well, welcome along for Champions League game number 6. We're in 26th position at the moment, so really a win today is pretty vital to try and move us up there to get in that playoff spot. Team for today is Rakoba in goal, back four of Chrisen, Hato, Butman and Tavares, midfield three are Fatia, Lakar, Hernandez, wingers are Delgado and Consecao, and we've got Delap up front today, giving Delap a little bit of a run out. So we get the first highlight, and we have a corner over the top. I have got to the bottom, I think, of the crowd situation. Every home game that we play in the Champions League, and we've scored. Fatia gets a header in. We've scored, we're 1-0 ahead. Yeah, every home game that we play in the Champions League, we get 3,750. I think it's a limitation on the ground. That's why we played the Borussia Dortmund games in the playoff last year. We played them at Eredivise ground, which obviously is up to European standards. So I think that's what it is. It's not a glitch in the game. It's just that, our ground doesn't meet the standards. And again, that's one of those. I mean, this ground has been upgraded now. We have one of the corners has been done. It's been upgraded, but it's still not good enough for European football. So again, is there another little story there that's trying to, unfold and kind of, it's telling me something, isn't it, really? I think that's what I'm trying to say. Is there something there that's trying to tell me something? Chrisen, anyway, with the ball. Back to Hato. Chrisen. Fatia. Hernandez. Going to play that ball over the top. No, he's not. Lakar, nice ball forward. Delap's in there, and he sticks the ball in the back of the net. We're 2-0 ahead after 32 minutes, and this is going very, very nicely. I would have expected to beat them. I mean, when I looked at their, where they were from and their heritage, I did kind of I reassess what I was thinking about them. But we are winning 2-0, and I mean, that gives us another 3 points. We're actually up to 15th now with 9 points. Just going to give them a pat on the back, send them out for the second half. And we're doing very, very nicely. Fatia, he's now gone up to an 18 for free kick taking. Although he has actually only scored one. I've only seen him score one free kick since he arrived with us. He's getting very near. The keepers generally play a blinder and tip them round the post, or he hits a crossbar with them. So he's getting quite near. But I would have thought somebody with a free kick taking of 18 would have been sticking the ball in the back of the net at least 50% of the time. Anyway, we're playing the ball around the back. Lakar to Consecao, back to Hernandez. Fatia, he's going to play this ball forward. Delap just pulls that ball nicely away from the defender, shields the ball away from him. That was really good striker play, that holding the ball up. Fatia now. Fatia's going to, what's he going to do? He's going to give it to Lakar. Lakar's, I thought he was going to have a shot. Tavares can be a great provider. Lakar's going to slide this. No, he's not. He's going to actually have an absolutely blistering shot into that far corner and put us 3-0 ahead. This is actually outstanding. Maybe the boys have heard I'm looking for a job and they're putting on a bit of a... Shame they didn't do that before the Ajax game, isn't it, really? So Lakar, yeah, lovely, lovely goal. Okay, we're 3-0 up, 5 changes. Jaeger, De Bias, Lasada, Van der Kust and Larsson all come on. Fresh legs, gives the other lads, because we've got big games coming up in the league, so gives the other lads a bit of a chance for a breather. And there's like half an hour of this game to go, but we're very comfortably in the lead. So we have another free kick now. Fatia's gone off. Consecao's going to... I think he's going to score with this, actually. And you could kind of see that going in, couldn't you? Left-footed. He was very, very near, and he just put that round the wall. So he's playing the ball around at the back now. Just taking it nice and easy. Chrisen's going for a little run down this side. Jaeger, who's just come on. Actually, blistering shot. blistering shot for 5-0. I quite like this Jaeger. I did sign him as like a backup to Delgado. Didn't expect him to get that much game time. But whenever he's played, he's always looked really clinical. A very clean, tidy player. They're just checking that for goal line technology, but it does stand. And we're 5-0 ahead with about 20 minutes on the clock. Coasting now. And as we move into the final minutes of the game, we have another highlight. Very poor free kick from them. Christen is coming forward with the ball. And that hits Jaeger on the back of the heel, but he does manage to pick the ball back up again. Jaeger is going to... Oh, I thought he was going to do it again then. It looked like he was lining up for a second goal. Corner, Kansikau. And we very nearly get that in the back of the net, but it gets scrambled away. So the final attack of the game now is swinging the ball over to Kansikau. He's going to slide that across, and Delap just puts that into the keeper's arms. But a very nice, comfortable win. Well done, lads. Excellent stuff. So that leaves us in 14th place now with 9 points. And we're in quite good company there, aren't we? Chelsea are one place above us, Benfica and Monaco just below us. So we're in quite good company. We have 2 games left now. We have PSG and Wolfsburg, who are both in the top 8 at the moment. So there will be quite tough games, those. So not a bad little episode there. I mean, a fairly inevitable loss against Ajax. It's a little bit of a shame because last season we did actually go toe-to-toe with them, but maybe they've signed some bigger, better players, and with Hendrick coming on like an absolute runaway train, it's not surprising really that they're doing so well. But yeah, we had a good Champions League win, and we're up to 14th position, I think it was. So all going quite nicely in the Champions League for that playoff position. And I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed today's episode, then please give me a like. If you're new around here, please subscribe, spread the word. All of that kind of malarkey helps the channel grow. The next episode is just around the corner. If you like your Football Manager played the Gobby Gaffer way, then why not come along and show your support for an up-and-coming new channel. We'll see you very shortly.